Hey, I'm Impact, and I suck at fighting games. So naturally, I decided to sign up in a tournament for one, 7 days from now.
That is bullshit blazing, still my heart is blazing.
I have no clue what I'm doing or where to start, besides the regular button mashing. We decided to just pick a character that kinda looks cool and ramlyful, and I mean, there are all of these things going on about her as well. But honestly, who cares? She's a cute, lightly dressed anime girl with 2 massive swords. What do you expect my lonely ass to say? No. This is our first encounter with my arch-nemesis Lucky, a friend who just started the game as well. But with my overwhelming experience of 30 minutes in-game, I got slapped into the ground. Harder than a fish between dolphins playing catch. Why dolphins? That doesn't make sense, you say? I'm glad you asked. And if that wouldn't have been enough, because I'm an absolute masochist who loves to waste his life away, I decided to spend the next 7 hours straight just grinding combos. Did I remember any of those the next day? Spoiler? Hell no. I'm gonna spare you most of day 2. We mainly spent it on some more practice, as well as some friendly matches before finally facing the PvP tower. I got stomped. But to be honest, I had a lot of fun doing so. And as a League player, that's a new experience. Fun. But jokes aside, even though I kept losing because, well, I'm a new player to the game, I felt like I got better and better with every match and actually learned a lot. But also noticed the huge gap we would have to cross. There's not much to say. I simply got outmatched and lost one fight after another, until I deranked. The fights felt now a lot more fair, and even though I enjoyed playing ramlyful, I realized she wasn't really for me. This was the moment I stumbled over this little goober.
Buckle up!
Wait, we first need to buy the DLC. Okay, roll the clip.
Buckle up! Run on WWE, too late, my baby!
Elvald is a super enjoyable Russian character that kinda just runs you down and stumbles over you. She is also a proud representative of the Second Amendment. Or, to make it short, she pulls out a gun and shoots you in the face. And if that wouldn't be enough, she can literally infinitely combo you by pressing one button. Once again, I am definitely a responsible adult and did in fact not practice her combos till 2 AM. It actually was until 3. Day 3 was the last day before we got into the PvP grind. We did a lot more practice and a ton of matches. Kept getting stomped and improved on our mistakes. I also went ahead and tried out all the characters to learn what they do and how to counter their moveset. With the thought in mind that all our tournament enemies are going to have a massive edge over us in terms of practice time, I knew we needed to make a final decision. Which character are we going to play? We need someone that can cheese our enemy and preferable isn't played too much. The choice came down to one of 3. Faust. A really goofy character, relying on a long range and his RNG item throw. Did I mention this guy also gives people afros? And that's the best super in the entire game. Just look at this and tell me it's not perfection. 2. Bridget is unique. She, at the same time, is a rushdown character and a zoner. That is really hard to fight against if you don't know how to counter her. She just throws around a bunch of yo-yos that she can dash to. And honestly, she's just a lot of fun. Asuka Arkroyd. Asuka is one of the most complicated, if not the most complicated character in fighting game history. There's so much he can do that I can't even properly explain what he does. So, here's a clip from the best Asuka player in the world. Gobu. So, did you understand? Good. Me neither. And yes, you saw that correctly. This man has an own ability sheet for his ability sheet. And if this wouldn't be complicated enough already, he also requires you to manually recharge your mana and refill your cards. As well as just, casually card count for 3 different decks at the same time. You should know me well enough by now that my choice obviously fell on us. No. I'm crazy, but I'm not that crazy. We went with Bridget. What better to start practicing as a new player than playing on the highest ranked floor? Entering this room is not recommended. I'm sure it won't be that bad. Okay, I got it. The floor 10 players were curb stomping me. Though, surprisingly, I felt like I'm improving at a massive rate. So, I seized the opportunity and grinded the entire day, and eventually, I even managed to take a round here and there of those crazy strong opponents. In day 4, I noticed that I had some trouble with jumping in on opponents. So, I started the day off by practicing it, as well as some more general Bridget combos. At this point, I feel like it's a good moment to measure my progress by challenging Lucky once again. By now, I had the upper hand and was able to beat it pretty consistently. Good. It's very nice to see that we improved this much. So I felt like it's time to move back to the lower tower levels and start to rank up to see where our current rank stands. The last 2 days were nothing really noteworthy. We did some more practice in rank, in low as well as high rooms. But with the tournament coming closer and closer, the pressure started to build. I got this game, which made me really proud, as I think it was my first perfect in rank. The time didn't stop ticking down. My blood was pumping. The tournament was finally about to start. Well, at least I thought so. Turns out I messed up the time zones and the tournament was actually the day afterwards. It was time. After 1 week of non-stop preparation. Are we able to compete or are we going to get stomped? The irony immediately struck, as my round 1 opponent was a May. It's fitting that this challenge will start its final arc the same way it started all along. I put up my best effort, but sadly lost, moving us into the lower bracket. From now on, it's win or go home. And I didn't get stomped. No. I got absolutely obliterated. Just look at this. I did not stand a single chance against his opponent, even though he also lost his first game. Makes you think what kind of beasts are out there. Which means we are done, sadly. A pretty anticlimactic end to this video. Honestly though, I had a lot of fun with the game. I can just recommend everyone to give it a shot. And see you next time.